So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this tutorial we are going to make this skirt here, and I also have a matching top for you. So I'm going to add the link into the description box. You can go and watch the tutorial for the top if you have not watched it. And for this tutorial we are going to make this skirt here. So this you can just plain, no style or design, just plain skirt. So for the tutorial, for the material, this is what we need. We need our yeye yarn. This yeye yarn, and it's 3 ply, and it's a lightweight yarn, it's a cotton yarn. So it's yeye yarn Nigeria brand. And this is the hook we are going to use, which is 3mm hook. And we are also going to make use of our scissors, then make use of a measuring tape to take the measurement. And also we are going to make use of this elastic band for the waist. So this is the little of it I can see for now, because I've already used it for the skirt. So this is the leftover. So you are going to get this band. It depends on color you are using. I think this is in white and black, so you can get any color of your choice. So this is the elastic band we are going to use. I'm also going to make use of our darning needle, this needle that is to sew in the end. So for the skirt, the measurements you are going to take is for the length, and the length I'm working for is length 20, and the waist is 37, and the hip is 39. So it depends on what you are working for. So now we are going to work with the hip measurement. So you are going to work with the hip measurement. You are not going to make use of the waist measurement. So you're just going to make use of the hip measurement when you are taking the measurement, when you are working for the skirt. Just for the hip measurement, that is the measurement we are going to use for the skirt. So for us to start, we are going to make use of this single strand. Of a single strand is 3 ply, single strand 3 ply. So I'm going to work with just the strand, so that it will make the skirt so light and easy to put on. So for us to start, we are going to start with your length measurement. You are going to take a chain that will be up to your length measurement. Remember, in this stitch, this stitch is a stitch that strings. So when you are doing it, it will be smaller. I don't know how to say it. It will just be like, it will string together to fold. Okay, so for us to take a measurement that will be exactly, that will be to the same length of the skirt, of the skirt measurement. So the measurement I'm working for is 20. So I'm going to make a chain that will be more than 20 inches, so that even when the skirt is beginning to shrink, it will not be more than the length that I want it to be. So my length is 20, which I'm working for. So I'm going to make a chain that will be up to 30 inches. So I'm going to make a chain of 160 chain, 160 chain. But for this, I've already lost the first clip of this video, so I'm going to just make a example for you. So let's assume I'm going to make a chain which will be up to 160 chains, which should give me 30 inches long. So for you to do that, you are going to make a slip knot. So once you have already made a slip knot, you are going to make a chain that will be up to 160, which will give you 30 inches. That is if you are working for the same length which I'm working for, which is 20 inches. So I'm going to make a knot. You have already made a knot. Then begin to chain. Make a chain that will be up to 160 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you continue to get to 160. So let's say this is my 160 chains. Remember, I said this is an example because I love the first clip. So I'm just trying to make a video. So now in this tutorial, for the pattern for this skirt, we have step 1, step 2 to make it a 1. For us to make the step 1, let's assume this is my 160 chain. So you're going to make another chain which will give you 161 chains. So this is my 161 chains. And if you measure it will give you 30 inches. So it depends on yarns that you are using. If you are using 4-ply or 5-ply, remember that your chains will not be up to 160, then it will give you 30 inches. So it's because I'm using one single strand, so I have to make a chain that will be up to 160 to give me 30 inches. You might be using a yarn that is 4-ply, 5-ply, or 6-ply that will not be up to 160 before it will give you 30 inches. So you just have to keep taking your measurements, then note of the chains you are working for. So this is my 160 plus one chain is 161. So for the first step, so you're going to skip the first chain. So you skip the first chain, then into the second chain you work in with your single crochet. So the second chain, you insert your hook, then you pull out a loop, you have 2 loops, then you pull through, that is your single crochet, then you chain 2, 1, 2. Once I've already chained 2, you skip 2 chains here, 1, 2. Then into the third chain, you work in with your single crochet. Then you chain 2, 1, 2. You skip 2 chain, 1, 2. Into the third, you work in with your single crochet. You have 2 loops you pull through. This is your first step. So this is your first step. You chain 2 again, then into the next 1, 2, into the next, you working with your single crochet. So that is how you continue making it. You get to the end of the row. This is your first step. First and second step give you your row, give you a row. So this is your first step. Work it to get to the end of the row. So at the end of my row, this is how it looks at your first step. You are going to work your second step. So you are going to chain. So you are going to chain 1. Sorry, you chain 2. This you chain 3. Okay, sorry, this is you chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So I've already chained 3. Then you turn your work. This is your second step. You turn your work. So into that first chain space here, into the first chain space, you're working with your 2 double crochet, yarn over into the chain space, you make your 1 double crochet, having 3 loops, you pull through 2, you pull through 2. That is a 1 double crochet, yarn over into that same space again, you're working with another 1 double crochet, making 2 double crochet. So you have 2 double crochet there. Then you yarn over into your single crochet, you make your front post single double crochet, front post double crochet. This is how you do it. Yarn over, this is a single crochet, insert it this way, then you pull out a loop. You have 3 loops, you pull through 2, then you pull through 2. That is the front post double crochet. Then you yarn over into the next space there, you work in with your 2 double crochet, 1 in that same space again, you're working with your double crochet, making 2 double crochet there. Then you yarn over into your single crochet, you're working with your front post double crochet. So this is your second step. Your first step, which is your single crochet chain to single crochet, and this is your second step, which is 2 double crochet, front post double crochet. So that's how you continue to get to the end of the row. Yarn over, you make your 2 double crochet into a chain, 1, 2. Then yarn over into your single crochet, you're working with your front post double crochet. So you continue to get to the end of the row. So your last stitch there, you're going to work in with your 2 double crochet. Then in the first single crochet here, you can see the last single crochet here, you're going to work in there with a double crochet, not front post, double crochet into the last single crochet there. You work in there with your double crochet. So this is how it looks So this is your row, this is your row 1. Remember, this is the length of the skirt. So this is the length. So I'm going to keep on working to give you the hip measurement. The hip measurement which I'm working for is 39 inches. So 39 inches. So I'm going to keep on working. This is my length, which is 30 inches. Then you keep on working your hip measurement length. So I'm going to, for the next step, which will give me a row 2, you are going to chain 1. Then you turn your work into that same stitch, that first stitch there. You're working with your single crochet. Then you chain 2, 1, 2. You skip these 2, chain 1, 2. Then into the third chain there, which is your front post double crochet, you work in there with your single crochet. Then you chain 2, 1, 2. Then you skip to 1, so into the third chain there, you're working with your single crochet. This is your first step. Remember, that is your first step. You chain 2, you skip 2, into the third, you're working with your single crochet. So continue making that to get to the end of the row. So at the last stitch, you are going to work in with your single crochet. So this is how the second step for my row 2 is. Sorry, the first step. Okay, the first step in my row 2. So now for you to make your second step, which will give you the row 2, you are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over into that first same space there. You're working with your 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet into that same space again, 2 double crochet. So I have my 2 double crochet there. Then yarn over in your single crochet, you're working front post double crochet. You have 3 loops, you pull through 2, you pull through 2. Yarn over, you're working with your 2 double crochet. Then your front post, in your single crochet, you're working front post double crochet. So that is how you keep on working till you get to the end of the row. So you keep on working this way to get your length. My hip measurement is 39 inches. So you keep on working this way to get your 39 inches. So at the end, I have a total row of 67 rows. Like this is my row 1. This counts as row 1. And this also counts as row 2. So you keep on counting it down with this is your row 1. So let's finish this up. So at the end, I work in with my 1 double crochet. So here's my 2 rows. I've already done my 2 rows. This is my first row, second row. So you keep on working till you get. Remember, this is your length measurement. So you are working for the hip this way. You are working for the hip measurement now. The hip length measurement. My second rows, 1 row, 2 row. So remember, step 1, step 2 give you a row. So and I still have more rows to go, which is 67 rows. I have 67 more rows to go. So I've already done my first row and my second row. So you keep working till you get your 65 rows. Then I'll meet you when I get there.
So I'm done with my 67 rows. See, this is how long it is, which is the hip measurement, which measure 39 inches. So when you take the measurement, you see it gives me 37 inches, which means that I minus 2 inches there. So 2 inches is minus there, so that because the material is so stretchy, if it is stretchy, it stretches a lot, so I have to minus 2 inches there. So I have 38 inches for the hip measurement. Now we are going to join the both sides together. So this is the back. You are going to look for the wrong side. So this is the wrong side of it. You can see the both side, and here we are going to join that both sides together. So you have to like stretch it very well. So when I take the measurement for the half measurement of the hips, it gives me 18 inches, which is the half measurement of 37 inches. So now we are going to join the both ends together. This is the right side. The right side and the right side will be together. So you're going to join it by using the wrong side. So now you're going to join the both sides together. You're going to insert your hook into the first stitch there and into the other side of the panel. The first stitch there, you're going to insert it and you're going to start making your single crochet round it. So you're going to single crochet, you're going to make a knot. You secure a knot very well, then insert your hook into that same stitch again. So you begin to single crochet down to the end of the row. And for you to do that, you're going to start inserting your hook. Your first at the stitch, this is your single crochet. Insert your hook into the third stitch there, which is the front post double crochet. Then into your chain space in between the two double crochet in the stitch, you are going to make your single crochet there. Then insert it again into your single crochet. Then the next, which is the front post double crochet, you insert your hook there, then make your single crochet. So that is how you will continue making it. In your chain space there, you insert your hook there. Then in between the double crochet, you insert your hook, you make your single crochet. Then your single crochet, you insert your hook there. Into your front post double crochet, you insert your hook there, then you make your single crochet. That is how you continue making it to get to the end of the row.
So I'm done joining the sides. You can see. No. So when you take the measurement, it will give you, this is my length. So this is the length from the waist to the knee is 20 inches. You can see it's 20 inches long. So that is how it is. And now you are going to turn it to the right side. Okay, you are going to turn it to the right side. What you are going to do, you are going to chain one, then you cut off your yarn. You can make use of your scissors. You cut it, then you join these two together. So you cut it off, then you turn it to the right side. So this is the right side of the skirt. This is the right side, and this is the length. So this is the waist. You are going to add your elastic band. You are going to take the length that is perfect for your waist. You are going to use it and join it by using double strands. I'm going to join it this way. So you are going to cut this extra side off. So you cut off this excess. Cut off the excess. You can see. You can secure it not very tiny so it does not be obvious. You grab your yarn. You start into the next, so the hook or stitch there. You pull out, secure a knot. You do it this way. Then you chain one. Okay, then yarn over into the next stitch there. You make your half double crochet. You pull through all the loops. You yarn over into the next stitch. You insert it. You pull out. You having 3 loops. You pull through. Oh, you yarn over into the next stitch here. You insert your hook. Then you pull out your loop. You pull through all. So you start making half double crochet into every of the stitch till you get to the end. So you continue that way to get to the end of the row. So I've gotten to the end of it. You can see I have extra here. You can see I have extra after making it and I found out that is more than my waist measurement, so I have to cut it off. So in case you have something like this, you cut it off, okay, then you make a knot. Make a knot. Make sure it's tiny knot that you add there. So you have to grab it so tight. Then you cut off the yarn, you cut off the excess, cut off the excess. After cut it off, then you have to close it up this way. Once I've already done it, I've already dragged it and everything enter. You see where it is. So you are going to make sure that you close it by making double crochet, half double crochet into the stitch till you make sure that you close it all up. Okay, into every stitch there. Make sure you have to close it. See, the same stitch. Then the end here, this is the last stitch there. Then you stitch into the first stitch there. Then you cut it off. Then you are going to cut this off. So that is how it is. Then you have to hide your yarn. You hide it. You can use your darning needle or you can make use of your hook and pull it out. And see, then you cut it off. So this is the waist. So make sure you like, share and follow for more video. Okay.